Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cobra Explains and today we are going to talk about the best ways to make money fast in the new Farming Simulator 2025. Our first topic on the list is, as many may have already guessed, is forestry. Yeah, I think it's very funny that in a game called Farming Simulator the best way to make money, or one of the best ways to make money, is forestry. Yeah, it does. In the first look, it's a bit strange, but if you look at how the game is like built around different stuff, you get to notice that, especially here in Farming Simulator 2025, Giants may have also laid bigger focus on forestry, because in the last game, in Farming Simulator 2022, there were not so many tools or things for forestry, but if you go into your shop here and scroll down to forestry, you can see there are many different tabs now, always different vehicles, all really tailored just for forestry, and most of them are also some things that were only added to the Farming Simulator 2022 in the Platinum expansion. So we see there is already plenty of stuff here, really cool things. Also, like here the winches that will allow you to transport wood very fast by some very cool design. But there, it's best you find it out yourself, test it out yourself. And also, if you check out the factories that are already on the map, or the factories that you can build yourself on the map, you see that there are plenty of factories or things that you can use with woodworking. Of course, the carpentry, the sawmill, but also new stuff like now the piano production here, or also, where is it? Well, the paper factory, also one thing that makes good money and is completely new. Or here the copper, where you can also do many different things like barrel, bathtubs, buckets, and most of these things they sell very, very good. And also, what's a bit different to the old games is that now the planks and long planks. Oh, wait a minute here. The long planks, and especially these prefab worlds, or also wood beams, they sell very, very good on the market, and you can more or less for every single one of these products per 1,000 liter you get between 5 and 6,000 euros or dollars. So it's really good for making a lot of money, especially if you only, or even if you only like put the wood into the sawmill, and the sawmill produces now planks and walls and beams and wood beams for you, and you just sell them straight away. But of course, you can also take this stuff, put it in another factory, make whatever you want out of it. Maybe barrels, maybe bathtubs. So if you then like the worth, like you can make out of the basic wood that you put into the sawmill, you can get even more profit out of it. But yeah, that's only one thing what I say about woodworking that's very nice. But on the other hand, you can also just cut down trees and just go and sell them straight away, and you will get really good money. And yeah, from like a tree like this, you can get 4, 5, 6k already if you just sell them as a whole tree or cut into small pieces. The smaller the pieces are, the less money you will get. Usually it's around pieces of 8 meters are like sometimes usually the best pieces to sell, so it will get you the most money. But it really depends. Especially I noticed a bit here in the game that now that Giants took away a lot of trees, or tried to change the trees a bit, or the how forestry works, because usually you would just go to straight trees like these and just cut them down with the harvester, cut them into pieces, and then just go and sell them to wherever you want, and you would get per tree, yeah, like 4k, 5k. And it really depends on like the size of the tree and how thick it is. So you would of course get way less for the small tree here than you would get for something like this or this. But with most trees on the maps now, yeah, they are usually looking not too straight, and on the most maps that are currently out now, you will have plenty of trees like this, and these trees you can't cut down with a harvester. The only way how you can cut these down is if you just do it with the traditional way. Get yourself a chainsaw, then press one twice, and then you have your chainsaw. You can just walk up to the tree and cut it down wherever you want. It now takes a bit longer to cut the trees down. It really depends on the thickness of the tree itself. And well, if you cut it down, you can cut it into smaller pieces, and then you could also try to sell this tree like this. But I would not recommend this. Only if you want to put some want to put some wood into a factory, for example here wood. This tree has like a ton of liters of wood. So if you put one of these three into a factory, you will get like a bunch of liters here. I'm saying a tree like this could get you 20-30,000 liters of wood inside here. So this will be pretty good to cut these trees down, split them up into smaller pieces, and then sell them. If you split them up into smaller pieces, this does not change anything on the on how many liters this tree will give you, and also not what it's worth. On the other side here, a tree like this is way easier to cut with a harvester, of course. But if you put something like this into a factory, you will get, of course, way less liters, because it's just way thinner, and there is like way less material inside this tree. So for the factories, it does not depend if the tree is or how long the tree is. It's just how thick and big it is. So, but what I would highly suggest you, and what's a really great way to make a lot of money in the early game, and for this you also don't really need a lot of money or a lot of stuff. The only thing that you really need is like this one, the Heizomat, because this thing allows you to produce out of the wood here. 1 second, here out of the wood. It allows you, where is it? There, to produce these small wood chips. And the wood chips, they sell really well on the market. If we go over here you can see wood chips. They are currently at 350 euros per 1000 liters, but you can see it goes up to 970 liters. And out of a tree like this, you can get like 80,000 liters of wood chip. So you could make out of one single tree like this. Well, it will take some time to cut it into smaller pieces and produce wood chips out of it, but you could make out of one tree like this between 60 and 80k. So you see, that's really a lot of money, and all you need is just here the Heizomat, which you connect to something. Well, a small tractor is already enough usually to use them. I think it needs 150 PS. So 150 horsepower. So you can already go here pretty low. Maybe let's stay with medium tractor. Yeah, you see already smallest medium tractors, they already have enough horsepower to power this thing. And then you just may need something to transport it. Trailer should be more than enough. The size does not really matter. The bigger the size, the better, because then you have to drive around less. But like, that's not really the problem. So you can make really a lot of money by just selling wood chips. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is that we have now these big factories, like over here we have the carpentry, and this here is the paper factory, and then we have two different sawmills. They just, the thing is, they look a bit different, but here is the, yeah, I know it's funny because this one is actually bigger, but this one is the big sawmill, and this one is like the medium sawmill. This one produces twice as much as this one. I can show you also that over here, the sawmill here. This one is the big sawmill. You see it does 275 planks in for 24 cycles per month. And this one does 138 in 24 cycles per month. So here, that's like one of the new things here. Then over here we have, yeah, this cooperage where you can build the barrels and bathtubs and so on. Then on most maps we already have like factories like this already built in. They will look a bit different, but they will always produce as much as these will. And one really cool thing that we have now is these small factories that you see. They are very, very small, but they also produce, like here for example, the small sawmill, which is this one, also produces planks and long planks and wood beams and so on. The only thing that only the big sawmill produces is like these prefab worlds. But actually, these one also produce pretty well. The costs of these things is very, very small. Factories, 1 second. They're like 36,000. And if you go for the big one, where is it? Where is it? There, like 300k. And the only downside, of course, is that it produces way less than the big ones. But like for example, this one produces 1/10 of the very big one. So this one, the medium one only produces 5 times as much as this one. And at the beginning, when you don't have a lot of money, it's maybe worth putting down 1 or 2 of these and filling them up, and it will generate you a nice little income. Here is the same thing, just with the carpentry. It's always the small ones produce 10 times less than the big ones. Only for here, the sawmill, there's already also this medium sawmill in between. So, one last thing that you can do in forestry, which is a bit cheesy, and I think most of you of course will not like this because it's more or less cheating in the game, and I also think it's not the coolest way to make money in this game. And for me personally, it reduces a bit like the fun that I have in the game. But you can also go down over the P menu to construction, go all the way down here on sculpting, and then scroll over to trees. And here you could also just like, for example, like just place trees down, and the trees that you place there down for that are here called decorations, you can actually just cut them down and sell them like every other tree. Like this, you don't have to wait till they after you planted them till they are fully grown, because this really takes pretty long, but as you can place plenty of trees on a rather small space, you should have no problem in farming trees. And also, you see, there are more than enough trees on this map. So yeah, you could also just buy one of these, cut them down, sell it, and yes, you would actually make a profit. Like, for example, here are the where's the other one, like the like bigger trees like this. If you make wood chips out of them, you will get really good money. But yeah, that was just like one point on the side. Let's go to the next way. So our second way to make money fast in this game is also our most profitable crop, and this is, in the case of Farming Simulator 2025, is sugarcane. So sugarcane is not new to the game, but I think most of you didn't really notice it or haven't played around a lot with it in Farming Simulator 2022, or at least I didn't saw a lot of people using it or yeah, doing sugarcane. But here in Farming Simulator 2025, it's very, very profitable. And the main reason for that is that you get tons of sugarcane per acre. Yes, I'm calculating here in acre and not in hectares, because it's like easier yeah, to speak of. So per acre you get around 45,000 liters of sugarcane. And if you check out the prices here for sugarcane, 45,000 liters of sugarcane will give you like between 16 and 17k money. So only per acre, not per hectares, per acre. So that's already a lot. But the other cool thing that you can do with sugarcane is just go ahead and put it in a sugar mill. If you go down here, you see out of 2 sugarcane they make 1 sugar. There are 8,760 cycles per month. So already with 1 acre you can fill up or let the sugar mill work for a long time. So if you want to really like maximize this strategy, you will need several sugar mills. But here you can actually take 2 sugarcane, get 1 sugar out. So if we would calculate that, you would like invest 2,000 sugarcane, what's probably worth around $500, and then you can sell 1,000 liters of sugar, and you see that's already worth like 930, 940, even here $970. So only by producing sugar out of it, you made like nearly another $500 out of it. So there is already one of the main reasons why this is so nice. And one other cool thing is that you don't need to plant sugarcane every time new. So you can harvest it and then just leave it and it will grow again. Of course you have to fertilize it and so on to get like the most out of it. But yeah, it will grow back again and then you can reharvest it again. I think the best way to make is it like to harvest it 3 times and then to plow. And then of course you have to replant the sugarcane. But that's like the best way to get like the maximum out of it. But from a field like this, God, you will get millions of sugarcane, more or less, or like 1 million of sugarcane out of this. So you can already just make a lot of money if you just go ahead and sell the sugarcane straight after you harvested it, and just put some into the sugar mill, and you will have quite a lot of money. One of the downsides of sugarcane, however, is that you need this special harvester here that if you go down here to special crops in the sugarcane harvesters, you see there is only one, and its work size is not very big with 2 meters, so it will take you a long time to harvest a field, bigger fields. But probably with the first mods coming, there will be other harvesters coming that have a much bigger working range. So there will probably be again some option like a normal harvester that will also be able to cut down sugarcane. Another thing here is that you also need these for the sugarcane transports. You need one of these two. They don't have a lot of space, so you probably need multiple of these. But on the other side, you can also use them, as you see, for some other stuff. But probably if you do sugarcane, you will probably mainly focus on it. So this should not be a big problem for you, that you don't have too many other trailers. There. And also one other thing is you need to plant sugarcane, you need these special sugarcane planters. Also, if you look here, they also don't have like the biggest range to work with, and it will also here take quite a long time to put sugarcane everywhere here so it can grow. So to put the seeds here. But on the other side, you only have to theoretically do this once every so many times. You could theoretically plant it once and then just harvest it like 20 times if on your server it's not required to plow, or harvest it 3 times and then you plow and then you replant everything again. So this depends a bit on your server settings. So you see, because you need like special machines for this, it is more like a strategy if you already have a bit of money, or if you have a great starting budget. Then it's a super nice thing to start with, or to make really a lot of money. However, a downside also of sugarcane is that it takes really long to grow. So it's best to do this if you are on a server that is really fast paced and where there are passing several months or even a year per day. Because if you go here to the crop calendar and we go to sugarcane, you can see we can plant it during March and April and harvest it during October, November. But it's see, it's like not the thing that grows the fastest here. So you really have to wait some time until this grows. Of course, every time you harvest it, it will grow again, so it will be pretty fast. But yeah, if you are on a very slow-paced server, this is maybe not the best thing to do, because you will probably have 1 or 2 weeks real life where you don't really have to do anything. Well, of course, when you have to do something, it will take quite some time, but it is very profitable. So our third and final way to make money fast in Farming Simulator 2024 is one thing that's also not really a crop, farming a crop, but it's actually farming, making grass. Yeah, very simple grass. And what we basically do is, we cut the grass, pack it up, and then we put it inside here where we can cover it, and then it will let's say it very simple, it will change over time to silage, and this silage we can sell then. So let's look at the numbers a bit around here. So if we go for normal grass, we see we don't really get much for it. Out of 1 acre of grass you get around like 16 to 17,000 liters. So here we would be, if we would sell it straight away, we only would have made like, I don't know, 2k, a bit less. So, well, that's not really worth our time. If you remember, out of 1 acre of sugar cane, we made like 18k. So why do grass? It's only 2k. Well, first of all, if we give it some time, and it gets to silage in our bunker, you see we already tripled our profit. So now we are at 6k. Yeah, you say 6k is still not 17k or 18k. Well, yes, but there is one main thing about grass. The cool thing about grass is, if you look over here, well, we can harvest it pretty much always and plant it always. But actually, have you ever seen somebody planting grass outside? Well, maybe once, but then no matter how often you cut it, it will come back pretty fast. And that's the same case here in the game. So if you plant it once or just bought a field where it was already, you can just harvest it over and over and over and over again. And it will still always grow back. And it also only takes 3 months to grow back. So you harvest it, then it takes 3 months, and then it's already again ready to harvest. So you see, in the time during which you can do sugarcane once, you can do grass at least 3 times. So if you take this into account, we are at in 1 year of grass, we are at 18k profit per acre. Or we get 18k money per acre if we do it to grass silage. But we can also take this silage and just put it into something like this here, which is, if we go here, that's a biogas plant. The biggest biogas plant we can buy is actually the 500 kW. And usually the biggest one on the map is the 1 megawatt. So 500 kilowatts against 1 megawatt. So it's even bigger and stronger. And out of these 16 to 17k of grass, we get usually like 15k of silage. Maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. It really depends. And if you see, if we put that inside here, it's already gone after 2 months. Not gone after 2 months, gone after two cycles. So it's they will use it very, very quickly, and we can really get a lot out of it. So if we do this twice, because of our 16k around is silage, we get already 10,000 liters of methane. And well, you can calculate it yourself. You will really get something out of it. Unfortunately, I can't show you the prices, only for Digistate, but actually don't sell this. I usually don't sell this because you can use this as fertilizer, so you don't even have to pay for fertilizer for your grass. And you can just take this, so you basically produce your own fertilizer also. But by selling these two, you will make quite a lot of money and get out even more than these 18k that we would get if we sell it straight away. Or let's don't say 18k because that's per year, but per harvesting per acre you will get 6k if you do this. I can't tell you the exact numbers because I don't have them and they are not here down in the list. But you could guess that it will be up to between 8 and 10 k that you will make out of this if you do it with a biogas plant. There are also here different versions. If you go over here, construction, When we go to factories, just here at the top, we have like the small 99 kilowatt. We have the 250 kilowatt. You see always the prices and the big one. So here is basically just a job of providing as much silage to the biogas plant, and it will just print money for you all the time. So that's a very good way to make money. For machines for grass or silage, you will need mainly some tractors. Which ones do not matter the most, but it would be great if you have some with front loaders, because that reduces a bit the amount of vehicles that you will need to do this strategy. On the other side, you will need some forage wagons here to pick up the grass. You will need some mowers. If you really want to focus on this strategy, I would highly recommend you to get a big M, as it is very fast and allows you to skip the next part, because you don't have to yes, here the windrowers, because the big M does this automatically. And you will need either a front loader with where is it? Here, something like this fork, the manure fork, what it's called, to pick up the silage and put it back into a wagon. You can also try to drive over it with the forage wagons to pick it up like this, but it's not always the easiest thing. Or you can also just go and take a wheel loader or telehandlers to pick up the silage and put it wherever you want it, or sell it. But yeah, the main thing really is that you have a tractor, you have some way to mow the grass, you have a forage wagon to pick it up, you have some way to put the grass together so you can pick it up with the wagon, and that you have some way to pick up the silage. That are like mainly those are the main vehicles that you need. Which vehicle you use for what task is completely up to you. You can do this really on a budget, but if you invest a lot, it will be of course way easier, because also here you can fit in usually a lot more into something like this than you can fit into here. So this also goes a lot faster. Also here you see this takes 8,000 liters, but if you go here it can also only pick out 1,000 liters, so it's quite a difference. But in the end it does not matter, you can do it with either. So as I said in the beginning, I will also quickly talk about what strategy is maybe the best or suits you the best, or is the best for your server. And I said this really depends on the speed of the server, or how many days or how many months pass on your server per real life day. Because first of all, if we have a server that's very slow, so there are several days per month, and per day per real life day there only pass like 3 or 4 days, or every 4 or 5 days pass 1 month in game. So we have like every 3, 4, 5 real life days there is 1 month that's passing. And you see that's a very slow paced game. In a game like this, it's probably best to do forestry, so woodworking, because there you can just go ahead, get your trees, cut your trees whenever you want. You can do plenty of wood chips and just bank them up to sell them at the month where it is best, and you will really make a lot of money. If you need some fast money, just cut down some trees and sell them straight away. You will always get some good money out of that too, and it will it allows you to get rich pretty fast, even though the server is so slow. And also you get way faster richer than everyone else who's trying to plant crops, because they really have to wait ages till this crop is has finished. And also in this case, factories, well, they do make sense, but it really takes a long time until you get really some money out of it, if you take this into account, because if you take into account that they do several cycles per month. But if you have like every real life hour that passes 1 month, you will do in every real life hour, you will do like 24 cycles. But if 1 month takes 3 or 4 real life days, you will also only do in these 3 or 4 real life days 24 cycles. So it really takes some time. Overall, of course, if 1 year passes in game, it will still be the same profit. But if I'm on a really slow paced server, I would not put too much effort into factories, at least at the beginning. On the other hand, in woodworking, you can't really use any AI helpers, so that makes it a bit more difficult, and you have to transport more or less everything yourself, cut it yourself, and at the moment there's also no auto load, so you also have to put those trees and stuff on your trailers yourself. So this will take quite some time, but I think it's a very cool and funny way to play the game, and I love doing forestry. If on the other side, if you're on a server that is very fast paced, or let's say pretty fast paced, not too fast, because if really per real life day that passes 1 year, I think it really does not matter what crop you do, because you can just plant and harvest and plant and harvest and plant and harvest as fast as you want. It will just give you a lot of money over time. But the best way, of course, here on a fast paced server is just to do sugarcane. You only have to plant it once, and then you can theoretically harvest it as often as you want. Especially if you are on a fast paced server, you can start harvesting your fields, and if you are finished harvesting your complete field, the first part of the field will be already back at levels where you can start harvesting it again, so you can pretty much harvest and sell it all the time. But if your server is pretty slow, well, sugarcane is not the best, because it takes so long to grow. But of course, here when it's fast, and this problem with the long growing time disappears, so it's a super nice way to make a lot of money. Then the third thing is with grass silage. That's the best thing to do if you have a server that's well, it's not super slow, but also not super fast. So I would say if you have a server where like 2 or 3 months pass per real life day, then it's a great way, I think, to do grass silage, because you can pretty much do it every day or every other day. You can harvest your stuff, put it in a bunker, let it there, cover it and let it there until it's silage, and then you can just sell it or put it in the gas plant, and you will do constantly some good money. and you don't really have to worry too much about your grass, because to grow grass is super simple. You don't have to do too much there. The only downside here is to make out of the grass, to make the silage out of the grass, and to get the silage out of your cellar again, and to sell it or to put it into the plant, the gas plant. Yeah, so that's basically it. Of course, you can also do other crop types, and yes, I know there are many people that say like, we have to do sugar beans or something like this, because it's the best in profit or whatever. Of course, everyone has their own opinion, but if you look at raw numbers, these three are actually the best to make money in the game, at least at the moment. And like, there's no patch out yet that maybe have changed that. If something changes there, I will probably remake a new video. But at the moment, you can really stay with these three strategies, and you will get some good money out of your time invested. And also, you see, all these three strategies are very different. You can all do every strategy on every kind of server, of course, but some are better for some server settings than others. But of course, just take your preference. You can also combine some of them. You can also say, let's I do sugarcane, but on the other side I also do sugar beet or something, so that I take everything of this and put it into the sugar factory. Then I will get some more sugar out of it. The one other thing that I would like to mention that will also give you and make you good money, and that's very simple, of course. That's working with animals, especially cows. That's also a great way to make money, and that's also something I would rather play on some medium paced server, because if the server is too fast, you have constantly the same problem you would have with a gas plant, with a biogas plant, if you are on a very fast paced server, because it would take all the products that you put into them, and it would use them so fast that you are constantly refilling. And especially for animals, that's not good. If they don't have nothing, no food, their health will be reduced and so on. So that's not good for your price and your production there. And on the other side, if you are on a super fast paced server with a biogas plant, of course, you have the usual problem that, well, if there's nothing inside, it will not produce anything or produce any money for you. But so yeah, the fourth way that I didn't really cover here is, of course, doing cows and with milk. And if you have enough cows, you can also, after some time, produce really good money. But it's really a ton of work to do there, but it can be very, very fun, especially also with the new animals. But it's a good way, but it's not one of the best ways, I would say. But well, that's also a bit like my opinion. But these three ways that I presented here to you are really the best ones if you go on raw numbers. Well, that's it. If you liked the video, leave me a like, a thumbs up, or even consider subscribing. If you have any questions, or also feel free to write me your own opinion in the comments. And if you have any more suggestions or requests for future videos, just leave me a comment, and I will try to do a video on that topic as fast as possible. And as always, have a great day, have fun in Farming Simulator 2024. That's it from me. Cobra out.